Good afternoon. I wanted to start this video with our latest COVID-19 data. The metrics that we have been tracking show that the virus continues to decline as it has in the last month. The percent of positive cases in Illinois is 5.6% for the last 14 days and 6.9% here in Orland Park. The number of daily hospitalizations due to COVID in suburban Cook County is getting close to zero. At the same time, the number of people using ICU beds and ventilators has decreased significantly, while the amount of beds and ventilators available continue to be well above the threshold. Based on this data, there is absolutely no reason that we should not move to Phase 4 of Governor Pritzker's reopening plan this Friday, June 12th. Yet, while the data and science indicates that we are safe to move to the next phase, our politicians continue the hypocrisy that we've endured for the last few months, where you could buy shoes at Walmart and Target, but not at Mirabali Shoes or Lady Foot Locker. This hypocrisy has existed since the start. We were told to stay at home for months. Yet the latest executive order says, and I quote, "The risks of transmission of COVID-19 are greatly reduced outdoors as opposed to indoors. Where possible, Illinoisans are encouraged to conduct their activities outdoors." So we're safest when we're outside, yet we were told for months to stay at home. I am so confused. The hypocrisy continues. You are allowed to get into an Uber, Lyft, or cab with any stranger. However, you are still not allowed to ride with your friend in an open-air golf cart at a golf course. I am sure that this restriction is data-driven. Many of these hypocritical restrictions violated the Constitution and our First Amendment rights. Remember this from school? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. That was thrown out the window, and people could not practice their religion due to COVID. Until finally, the Supreme Court stepped in. Then, suddenly science said it was okay again. The Constitution also says the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Yet when people peaceably assemble to petition the government to reopen, the Chicago mayor said the following: "Regarding today's large unpermitted gathering at Millennium Park, while we respect First Amendment rights, this gathering posed an unacceptable health risk and was dispersed. No matter where you live in the city, no one is exempt from the Governor Pritzker's stay-at-home order." Suddenly, however, when people want to protest a cause that the governor and mayor agree with, the groups of greater than 10 were okay. They must be okay, based on the governor's appearance with over 1,000 protesters this past weekend. Keep in mind, while the governor was attending multiple protests this weekend with thousands of people, the following is still not allowed. We cannot eat inside a restaurant. Youth sports games and tournaments are not allowed. Playgrounds are not allowed to be open. You are not allowed to go to your health club to work out unless you pay for a private trainer. You can't bring your family to the public pool. You can have a party for 10, but heaven forbid you bring an 11th person. We can't ride two to a golf cart. You are not allowed to go to a movie theater. You can't go to a concert or a sporting event. The governor has threatened business owners with jail and/or stripping them of their operating license if they violate his orders. Yet based on his behavior last weekend and in the month prior, the governor clearly doesn't believe the rules apply to him. Or maybe he has immunity from science and data. Thankfully, we had many essential workers on the front line risking their health in order to take care of those who were sick, keep us safe, and ensure the grocery stores were stocked and we could purchase food. We are so grateful for our essential workers. Our state representatives were also essential workers, only they didn't show up to work for over 10 weeks. They were still being paid with our tax dollars, though. Had they shown up to work, maybe they could have helped the non-essential workers who were laid off and not being paid because the state was unable to process their unemployment. It's time for the hypocrisy to stop. We have tried to engage the governor multiple times since early April and have yet to receive a response. Combine that with an AWOL legislature, and it's clear that the people have no representation at the state level. Your local leaders are the only representation that you have left. As such, we are asking the governor, on your behalf, to follow the science and data and allow us to move to Phase 4 this Friday, June 12th. On that date, we will have met the governor's metrics for moving to the next phase based on a 14-day timeline, which is a timeline scientists and health experts agree we should be using instead of Pritzker's 28-day timeline. Moving to Phase 4 would include, but not be limited to, opening the following: indoor seating at restaurants with social distancing, movie theaters with social distancing, youth sports, health clubs with social distancing, public pools with capacity restrictions, and larger gatherings of up to 50 people. Moving to phase 4 this Friday is the correct step based on facts, data, and science. Experts recommend 14 days from phase to phase, and on Friday we will have met the metrics for the recommended 14 days. The people of Illinois and Orland Park are more than capable of exercising good judgment. Enough is enough. It's time to apply common sense and truly follow the data and science rather than playing politics.